inspiring video.
Thank you.
We by now have 100 people dialing in already in the morning. I'm very happy to see that. We have people from London, from Hamburg, from Berlin, from Valencia. Nice. We have people from Barcelona. Wow, all of
Zurich.
Europe is dialing in. This is very cool. Oh, I think we have no sound. Are we back on sound? Cool. Because somebody was typing that we don't have sound, but that's fine. Good. Sound works. Cool. So basically, I think you do this globally, but could you tell us a bit more about the scope that you take care of? So far, I understood today we have mainly European startups presenting.
Absolutely. Today we're focusing on our current cohort of our Immersion Women Founders program. So currently in Europe, we're running 2 founder programs, one for Black founders, one for women founders, and you're going to meet 5 of those women today. These are 12-week programs, mentorship-based, mentorship-driven, where we bring high-potential founders in, connect them with experts from inside and outside of Google, help them build their network, help them work on their product, grow their leadership skills, and basically, hopefully come out of this moving forward with a better plan, a bigger plan.
That's super cool. And how many people are in your team in Europe? It's relatively...
We're a pretty small team. Yeah. I think, probably around 40 people, taking care of a lot of startups across the world. And we're a global team inside of Google. We're pretty small, pretty scrappy. So following the same mindset of the startups we work with. And we do some really amazing things relying on the shared time of Google experts to help us out.
Cool. And today we're going to have mainly female founders. What does the program look like? What's the ambition behind it? Although I can already guess.
I mean, anyone who's in the startup ecosystem is probably well and truly aware now. We've got there's sadly a huge problem with diversity. Google for Startups and Google in general has committed themselves to really working to change that. So we have dedicated ourselves in this half of the year at least, and going forwards, to supporting underrepresented founders in all the work that we do. So we bring in this current round, we've got 11 women founders, and that I think in our alumni now we're up to over 50 women founders. So This is part of a growing global community. We've run this program. This is the 4th time now. So we've got a pretty amazing group of kick-ass women. We've worked, Jenny from Gitty, Valerie from Vaha, Jenny from Leapsim. We've got a really amazing alumni. They're still super engaged. So we continue to make connections for them. We introduce them. We've partnered with the German Startup Association for the last 3 years in a row to publish the German, the Female Founders Monitor, which is basically a state of the nation of the ecosystem and its diversity or lack thereof. Giving us, but it gives us, you've got to have the data to know where you need to do the work. And so this is what we've based a lot of our strategy on, and how we use that data to support our partners as well, to help them know what they should be working on.
Perfect. Before we give a few minutes to to introducing who is going to speak today, maybe one last question for those watching and saying, "Hey, maybe I'm a female founder. I want to join that program." How does it work? How can they address you? How can they be part of this?
We've got an amazing newsletter where you would be the first. If you sign up for that, you're going to be the first ones to hear about the up and coming rounds. You can connect to all of us. All of our team is super active on all the social media channels. Choose your favorite one and find us there. Basically, get in touch and we add you to our lists. We recruit for startups 2 to 3 times a year, actively recruiting, but we're always looking for great recommendations and great founders that we can work with and support. Google for Startups, the global program, has a lot to offer startups at any stage. So really reach out and get in touch, and we'll connect you with the best plan.
Cool. So let's talk about the founders presenting today.
Absolutely. So we've got 5 founders coming up for you. Sears from the UK, District Tech from the UK, but they're a German founder. Publish Drive from Hungary, Skin from Germany, and MyStay from the Czech Republic. So we've got, did I say that one already?
No, that's okay.
There's 5 and I lose count. So we're spanning the whole of Europe. The cohort's really amazing. Everybody in our cohort is post-seed, getting closer to Series A if they're not there already. Everybody's live in the market, growing, great product market fit, great founder market fit, growing teams and doing really exciting things. I think first up we have MyStay.
MyStay.
Yeah,
say a few words about MyStay and then we can hand over to...
Do you want to do any more introduction about what else is happening on the stage today?
Well, no, I think we have enough time to do that after.
So MyStay's coming up. As we've all no doubt experienced this year, the travel and hospitality industry has been particularly hard hit by the global pandemic. Crisis like this demands innovation at a rapid pace, and MyStay is here to solve that problem. So Paulina, the co-founder and CEO, is based in the Czech Republic, and they're on a mission to reshape the hotel. Here she is, the hotel reception and check-in experience, and the way that hotels interact with their guests. MyStay has never been more relevant or in demand as it is this year, so I can't wait for you to hear all about it. Paulina, over to you.
Oh, hello everyone. Let me share the screen. Hi. So here we go. Screen share. Do you guys see my screen right now?
Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect. So let me start as it is. So hello everyone, my name is Pavlina, I'm from MyStay. Let me start with one simple question. How many times have you queued in the reception in the hotel? How many times have you been fulfilling on and on the still same information about yourself? And how many times you have spent so many minutes about waiting and asking still the same questions in the receptions? Well, you're not alone. There are more than 85% of people who are into doing the online check-ins. It takes normally 5 minutes to proceed check-in online in hotels, but there are 56% of people who are doing the whole guest journey through the mobile phone. And imagine that the cost of one receptionist is around 2,000 euro in general. Well, we believe that in less than 5 years, the complete change of the concept of reception will happen. Well, it fastened the COVID, unfortunately, but there are 3 musts that hotels are right now doing and have to do. They have to build the guest trust, they have to do the cleaning policy, and they have to keep the social distancing. Well, the best is to do it automatically, online immediately, to save a cost and be efficient for their guests. That's why here is MyStay. We're a 5-in-1 solution. It's a global tool that is connecting hotels accommodation with their guests after the reservation. And we're making the reception processes contactless. What I mean, we do contactless communication, check-in with the payment and also the issuing e-keys, informating, upselling, and also the checkout. The whole beauty in the COVID time is that we're doing it through the guest phones, which means through your phones, tablets, and also the PC. It's a online platform where the hotel can do the full digital check-in. Guests scan the passport, they agree with terms and conditions, they sign it online, they can do online payment, and they get the key. The same as with the digital checkout, for example. We issue the bill, the payment is done through us, and then we issue the online invoice. These are just the part things that we're doing. And we have 2 main approaches. We can go for smaller hotels, smaller properties and apartments. This one, we're solving a main problem, which is how to save the costs. Cost for the receptionist. They don't have to have a night shifts. They don't have to have receptions at all because they're too small. They have 1 or 10 rooms. This is not enough. So they just keep the receptionist out of the work so they can save money with us. Approximately 2,000 per person. Or our big approach is also big properties. But to these, we're making money. Why? They have to have a receptionist. But we're just taking some part of administrative job and we're giving them data how to work better with their guests so they can do better upselling and the experience is general. MyStay is the top upselling and check-in software voted in a Hotel Tech report, used by more than 200 hotels and proved by more than 1 million guests. In the first round of COVID, we've got the certificate from World Tourism Organization and World Health Organization that we are the top solution globally for healing the whole tourism challenge and the whole tourism back after the COVID. We have a lot of integrations with the famous brands in the industry, like with Booking, Amadeus, Book Assist, or SiteMinder. And we have another 40 more integrations that making us even stronger at the market and makes us as an add-on to those software within the hotels. core team, well, we're the team full of experienced people from hospitality and tech. Me personally, I'm a previous lawyer, but I fell in love with MyStay that much that I turned to be into the geeky girl in the travel industry. And all of my other colleagues, we are divided into commercial team with the 10 people on board, and then with a product team also with the developers. Our offices are in Prague, Amsterdam, and Maryland. And we have raised so far 1.4 million euro. Well, in general, there are approximately 10 millions of travel accommodations worldwide. Just 3 millions, which are the most relevant, are at the booking.com. But imagine that less than 1.5% only has the contactless receptions, which is going to be a must. I said within 5 years, but with the COVID, maybe with less than a year. And what is our reach? We can go with our software for any type, any size, or any location of the hotels worldwide. The whole platform is cloud-based and is modulated as a SaaS project, which means that there is a super fast setup. They get the results super well and easily, and they can manage it from anywhere and by anyone. We're not alone. We know that. There are projects that already raised 9 million or 3 million euro within our industry, but we know that we're different. As the hotels said, we are the most complex solution. And this is what hotels need. Under one umbrella, one solution. We're also capable for other industries, and we're live in minutes. And how much do we get? What is the business model behind this? There are plenty of them. We can go freemium. So anyone who don't do connection is for free, but they can buy still some upgrades. We go standard, which is €2 per month per room. And then we have add-ons. SMSs, emails, and so on. And also we get 2% from payments, from check-in and check-out payments. Our primary target group are the independent hotel chains, 3, 4, and 5 star, with the best 30 plus rooms. The secondary target group for our sales are our hospitality software partners, like property management systems, CRM system, channel managers, or booking engines. With all these, we connect. And we go for their clients. Our sales channels are main 3. We do direct sales, we go through resellers, and we also are present at the marketplaces. The whole investment part is about that we're searching now for the COVID growth and marketing, 450,000 euro. For 12 months runway. We are already, we have our own money going on into the company. So we need to co-invest some parts for integrations, product development, mainly the light kiosks that would be in the hotel receptions, and then also opening a new regions. So the full outcome for this 450,000 euro would be 800 hotels live and running. 20 more new integrations and partnership worldwide, and also product upgrades. As I already mentioned, light kiosks, which means only tablets within the room, which would do the simple integration.
We wrap it up because we have to keep time very, very diligently today. But thanks so much. Thanks very much.
I thought I still have 2 minutes, but then this is it. I just wanted to finish with fast numbers that during the COVID, the whole usage just hired 800%. And that is why I wanted to ask you, let's restart the hospitality industry together, because our industry was hit the most by the COVID, but we can help hotels to go back to the normal. So thank you very much. I'm Pavlina, and we're MyStay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paulina. So investors out there, get involved. Save the hospitality industry. Yay. So
who's next?
Up next, we have Publish Drive. There we go. If you've ever thought about writing your own book, the next startup is for you. Publish Drive makes publishing easy and smart for the digital age, offering software for both authors and publishers to get their books out there to the world. Kinga, the co-founder and CEO of Publish Drive, a Forbes 30 Under 30 alumna, and a huge active supporter of women founders in the Eastern European countries, runs her own mentorship programs over there. She's now a powerhouse in the world of publishing and community building, and she's going to talk to you today about Publish Drive. Kinga, over to you.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Let me just share my screen very fast. Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Kinga, CEO and co-founder of Publish Drive, and we transform book publishing, go digital for ebook, print on demand, and audiobook book publishing success. Let me tell you more about the book market. The book market is huge. It's more than $150 billion worth, but as it's very traditional, digital and independent publishers are driving the 25% annual growth rate in their segment. When it comes to book publishing, everyone thinks about Amazon. And you're right, Amazon is actually taking 39% of the sales, as we see on our data. But if you are not selling on other markets, then you are missing out on 61% of the overall book sales, which is huge. Also, when I wanted to publish my master thesis, that's how Publish Drive was born, I was struggling with all the different complex and time-consuming processes. It can easily take up to spend more than 50 hours per book per month with dealing with all the different publishing-related processes. So let me tell you some of them. One of them is formatting your book into the right format. Everyone wants different formats. So it's a very tricky thing to do if you don't have any technical background. Also, if you want to display your book in the stores in the right way, that it gets the right visibility with the algorithm, it requires a lot of skills as well. If you want to sell everywhere, then you have to actually open different accounts with everyone, or it might happen that you don't have a chance to sell there because you are too small to actually have the open door for you. If you want to actually track everything, then you have a really, really hard chance to do that with all the different stores having it in without any one platform. With the promotion tactics as well, there is an ocean of tactics you can use. Meanwhile, only a few of them work. And the worst part is you have to wait for the transfers and the money to come from all the different platforms instead of just getting one paycheck per month. That's why Publish Drive exists. And that's why what we do to streamline the process of what publishing is doing. So we built the only all-in-one digital book publishing platform for authors and book publishers for ebook, print on demand, and audiobook publishing. So far, we saved more than 23 hours per book per month with the easy and user-friendly interface that we built. Also, we earned more than 82% more royalties for our authors with the book promotion tactics and the network what we built so far. And also, we can actually spread more than 700 million potential users for our authors in overall. We built the widest network of readers with a partner of stores, as you can see on the slide, like Amazon, Apple, Google, Barnes & Noble, Kobo. But also, we actually are partnering with more than 400 stores, more than 200,000 digital libraries like schools, universities, and also subscription-based business models like Script. So far, we have to publish in over 100 countries, reaching more than 1 billion potential readers in print, ebook, and audiobook distribution. And our company is one of the very few companies who are an Apple trusted partner globally. We built tech solutions that differentiate us, like the AI robot what we built for indexing books that can help in the visibility, but also in advertising tactics. We are the only company who sell ebook, audiobook, and print books as well under one roof. And we built top-notch analytic tools to run custom reports for our authors so they know every time what is going on the market. Our unique transparent royalty management tool opens new doors for authors to track their finances. So far, we helped a lot of publishers to publish worldwide, from trade publishing to independent publishers and authors as well. Most of our customers are authors from the US and UK publishing fiction titles, but we are proud to have authors from more than 180 countries publishing over 100,000 books in more than 65 languages. As you can see, PublishDrive represents a lot of authors and publishers from the US, UK, Europe, Asia, South Africa, publishing amazing books worldwide. So far, we grew in our customer base a lot in the last couple of years, and both in our revenue as well, as you can see. And we built a system where we can actually acquire new authors and publishers very cost effectively as well. Our business model is a SaaS business model, so we take a monthly fee instead of taking any royalties, and with some of the key publishers, we work with a quote base. Our growth is organic so far, especially coming from SEO and content marketing tactics. And we built a lot of good relationships with influencers as well. In 2021, we want to invest more in PPC, advertising tactics that we already are testing right now very profitably so far, to grow 2x next year. Our team consists of amazing book nerds, developers, business people, and also publishing background people. We started from Hungary, but since 2018, we are headquartered in the US in Delaware. And we did that because we represent a lot of US and UK customers. And as you might know, US is the best place if you are dealing with copyrights. And books are actually copyrighted books, copyrighted products as well. Our management team consists of more than 80 years of experience in business, publishing, engineering, marketing, sales, and we won a lot of awards, like being featured in the Forbes 30 Under 30 list, in the European list, Tech Entrepreneur, and the Digital Book World, and we took part in a lot of programs by the US government and other companies to grow our business. So far, we raised more than 1.4 million US dollars with the pre-seed round at Startup Wise Guys, which is an accelerator program, and also with Credo in the seed round. We have mentors from the publishing industry on the publisher and also on the book marketing side, and we are proud that we could take part in the Google Launchpad program in Silicon Valley, and also now with the Google for Startups program. But why PublishDrive? Because since last year, we can see a 60% growth compared to the last year's same period. And also, we are the only platform that publishes all three big formats, that is book formats, that is totally unique on the market currently.
Kinga?
Yes?
We're going to slowly have to wrap it up, slowly.
Yes.
Right now, you've got maybe 1 second. Give us your big pitch in 10 seconds.
Yes, so basically, it is the end of the presentation. Our main goal is to raise our next round of investment, Series A, in early 2021 to grow our company 10x in the next 5 years. And we could see that during COVID-19, our business was not affected by the whole pandemic situation. We actually could still grow. And
amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kinga.
Anyone who wants to get in touch with Kinga, jump on over into the Q&A session with her after this, or get in touch via the details there. Moving swiftly along.
Who's next?
Who's next? We have Zara from Sears with a topic close to all of our European hearts. You're going to love this. It's data privacy and compliance.
Yes.
It's good stuff. Zara Shah, the co-founder and CCO of Sears, the UK's leading data protection and privacy management platform. From cookies to data privacy policies, GDPR audits, and all other things, they've got you covered. Zara's bringing her years of experience in the regulatory consulting industry to her own business now, and she's got solutions for companies all over the world. Zara, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Erin. I've been having a little bit of problem with sharing my presentation, so I hope if somebody could do that, please.
Okay. We can't hear you so well. Can you?
It's very
you need
low
to change,
volume.
Yeah, change something with your volume.
Okay. Is that better now? Can you hear me? Oh,
no.
No, it's still very...
Oh, gosh. Is that better? Can you hear me?
It's really not.
Okay, I'll just log out and log back in again.
Okay.
You have maybe headphones? Well,
Right. Zara's going to dial back in a
So-
moment. Live TV. This
yes,
is it.
exactly. Now we have to wing it live for 60 people in the audience.
Great. We
Well,
can totally
you know-
do that. Is it worth jumping to the next person, or should we? No, Zara's coming back. Good. We'll wait. So Zara's technically based in the UK, but I think she's coming to us today from Crete.
I'm just getting a message that for the remote audience, the sound was okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay, Zara, we'll just take it away, and
I'm back. Can
we
you
don't
guys
hear.
me?
Over to you. Apparently, it's good.
Seemingly, the audience can hear you.
Okay,
And we just can't.
Thank you for that. Please could somebody share my slides, because I'm not able to do that from my end for some reason. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. So Sears is, as Erin mentioned, the UK's leading privacy and consent management platform. What is the problem that we're trying to solve? 75% of small and medium-sized enterprises across the UK and Europe are currently not compliant with data privacy regulations. 87% of websites across UK and Europe are currently not compliant with cookie law under General Data Protection Regulation. Just to give you some examples. And there's a shortage of over 75,000 data protection officers, and the ones that are available are very expensive, can cost anything between 500 to 1,500 pounds a day. So what can this do for small and medium-sized, or any size businesses really, is can cause hefty fines up to 20 million euros by the regulator, or 4% of your annual global turnover, can cause reputational risk, can cause loss of business, and disgruntled customers. So Sears is trying to resolve this problem through provision of 10 digital solutions for managing privacy concerns for an organization. These solutions are categorized under three main, I would say, key categories: assessments and certifications, consent management, and policies and templates. So under assessments, we cover things like the GDPR, PECR, and cybersecure audits. Under consent management, that's one of our leading products. It's fully compliant with GDPR, PECR, CCPA, LGBT. Policies and templates, we cover things like the data protection impact assessment, amongst other things. Market size, so across Europe, the privacy market is valued at 7.5 billion. There are about 20 million SMEs in the EU. Of those, 5.7 million are in the UK. We are only aiming to capture 1% of this market, which will get us to our 100 million target. If you just look at websites, globally, so there are about 720 million websites that need to comply, and only 87% of those, which are about 633, are currently not compliant. So you can say it's a huge marketplace. There's a lot of opportunity, and there's space for a lot of players. Our business model is based on a software as a service solution. We actually offer different packages according to our different solutions. They're categorized as, we start off with freemium, we upgrade our business users to either silver, gold, or platinum. And what you see is just an example. And this is the discounted fee charge on a monthly basis for annual customers. And most of our customers are annual. Our marketing strategy so far has been a combination of SEO, which we've been doing for the last 2 years. So we are on the first page for a lot of keywords. We've done very well with SEO. We've also been approved by Google News. We did a bit of PPC in the past and kind of slowed down with that currently. We have now grown. Currently, our business users have grown from 1,500 in 9 months now to 8,500 to date. And through platforms such as WordPress, Joomla, Magento, Shopify, PrestaShop, we've been providing our plugins to almost 200 to 300 users are downloading our plugins on a daily basis. Before COVID, we actually conducted some direct mailing. We had a 5% conversion rate, and we'll look into that post-COVID again. As I mentioned, we're currently building partnerships with various web builders and have been successful in doing that. Myself, I'm the co-founder and CCO, as Erin mentioned. My background is I'm a consultant, management consultant by profession. I was at Accenture for over 10 years, worked primarily in the financial services, capital market sector, where I helped large global investment banks, just Credit Suisse, UBS, HSBC, to comply with regulatory requirements through utilizing technology. So was very much at the cutting edge of technology. So we helped with things like KYC, ML, Basel, MiFID, etc. I then moved over. I was there for over a decade and ran a property portfolio and ran a charity before joining Sears as co-founder. The founder, Adnan, who's also the CEO, has a background at PwC. He founded the RAISE program. He's also a founder member of UK's first RegTech unicorn, Smart Pension. So he has a lot of experience in scaling up tech ventures. Terry Kemp was the highest performing sales director at Smart Pension. So we launched in January. We went brought in a sales and marketing team in September last year. We then sort of pivoted slightly due to the COVID pandemic and decided to go through the various market-based route, which has worked very well in our favor. And we will be breaking even and profitable from next year. Our competitors are mostly, if you see, are within the advisory space. There are very few companies providing a technology solution to this problem that companies are currently facing. And most of the companies are based in the US. As you can see, Privacy AI, OneTrust, TrustArc, they're all unicorns within 4 years. OneTrust is a key company that I should mention. They valued at $2.7 billion just within 4 years. They provide a one-stop solution, but for very large enterprises. And currently, there's no alternative. What we do actually, we provide a solution that is suitable for companies of all sizes, not just large enterprises. And we're very flexible in terms of our cost structure and in terms of our customer support as well. And we're the only company based in the UK.
1 more minute.
Tell us what you need, Zara.
So just the next slide on, this is the last slide. So we're looking to raise 1.5 million, which is EIS compliant, and the bulk of this, about 70%, will be used to scale up by building a sales and marketing function, so we can actually start converting our users on our platform to 5% are paid. So we want to aim to get to 100,000 users in the next 6 months, and we want a sales and marketing team to be able to convert those users. And also we want to utilize some of the money in developing advanced versions of our data protection impact assessment solution, our subject access request solution, and do some R&D for a data discovery and a data mapping solution. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Zara. Well done. So the fourth amazing founder from the Google for Startups cohort is up next. For any of you who've ever spent too much money on the wrong beauty products and have trouble finding the right thing, this next
Definitely
business,
a big problem.
yeah, huge problem. I know, we were just talking about it.
Yeah.
Maria, the co-founder and CCO of Skin, is up next, helping us solve these problems using the very best of AI to bring you the best of beauty via their retail app. Maria, stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Erin. I just need to share my screen and then we can start. So, hello everybody. Also, warm welcome from my side. I hope you can see my screen now. So, I'm very happy to be here today and to introduce you to Skin, the next generation or the revolution for beauty commerce. So imagine, did you know before that the skin is our biggest human organ and that especially women put on cosmetic products every single day of their life? But 90% of these products do not fit their type of skin because our skin is as individual as we are all. So that is why we believe here has to be a change. Additionally, we see a race of beauty waste, and we are talking about 120 billion units of packaging each year. But most of them are going to garbage after just using them 1 or 2 times. As I told you, It's about personality. It's about my individual needs. So how can we support, especially women, on their transformation to well-being while we are all surrounded by generic social marketing? So let's meet my friend Carla. Carla is very upset because she spends a lot of money each month to get a lot of makeup products because she feels that her skin is not pure enough. So I recommended her to use the skin app and find out what is the problem. So she uses our skin scan, found out that her skin has no problem. The skin is just dry and sensitive. And now we have been out buying new products and see that her skin gets even purer now. Last day, we have been out for a dinner date. So that was the first time for a long, long time. And there we met Joseph. Joseph is also one of our friends. And when we told him about, he was very lucky because he mentioned that he already knows his type of skin. But because he is a frequent traveler and sometimes he forgets his cosmetic products, he's in a hotel and just taking the small little products you find there. And then the next day, even a short time before the meeting will start, he find out that his skin is red and even very dry. So we told him if he uses the skin app, he can just use the product scan at the back camera and immediately find out if a product fits his type of skin or not. And if you think now that these examples are very specific, I can tell you, no, these are daily challenges for a lot of people outside. In our community, we see that more than 70% of our users didn't know their type of skin before. And even the products they are using are for 90% non-personalized. That is why they spend a lot of money every month and using a lot of different products. And this is where skin came. So we want to achieve a specific goal. We want to make personalized cosmetics available for everyone. And therefore, we created an AI beauty advisor that matches the right beauty product based on the ingredients behind the product to your analyzed skin. So if we have a deeper look into the industry now, we will see a very interesting thing, I guess. Over the last 100 years, the beauty industry focused on offline retail and beauty salons. And we see a very high retention there, and we see a lot of recurring customers. So we are talking about 50 to 90% of paying buyers. And of course, the digital transformation of beauty commerce already started. But what we can see is that in average, we are talking about 15 to 20% of recurring buying users for beauty e-commerce. So what we believe here at Skin is that the digital transformation has to include the human knowledge we have for more than 100 years now. And this is how it works. We took the two major trends of the industry, so emotional sales and personalized cosmetics, and we found out that there are two technologies outside that are fitting very well to our goal. So we use augmented reality and artificial intelligence to create our intelligent beauty advisor. And because, and I think most of you already know, user engagement is something very important, and outside there are so many information, and that is why we decided that we cannot just create some information. Our information bot is called Quinn. And Quinn is not just a leader inside our app. She's your beauty friend. She's a shopping assistant. She's your beauty entertainer. She is everything that is important for you as user in our app. So what is behind Quinn from a technical point of view is more or less our recommendation engine. And it's funny when I say more or less, because to be honest with you today, our recommendation engine is the heart of our application. So what we can see behind are two machine learning processes. On the one hand side, we have the front camera, and we already developed our skin scan based on that. So more than 70% of our users have already found out which type of skin they have. On the other hand side, with the back camera, you can scan your products and immediately find out which ingredients are behind these products. And because we are using an application for our idea, we of course have a lot of live data. So we know a lot about the behavior, interests, and needs of our users. And all these three things came together behind our recommendation engine. And I can tell you today that this is currently very unique outside. This model and this idea is already proven from 100,000 users in our app. And with the number you can see on the right side, 25% organic growth, I can tell you our users are very well and they really like our application. So what we can see additionally is that most of the buying processes we have, and I talk about 70%, are coming from the category recommended product. And additionally, and I think if you remember what I told you some slides before, we see 60% of recurring buying users already now. So we already fit the level of offline retail. And because these metrics are quite well, we decided to start now with our growth strategy. And you ask yourself maybe why this growth strategy is so positive, because what we can see is that the market is very stable, even in a depression or even in a situation like Corona. Of course, we had a deep look into the competition, and what you can see here is a very big analysis. We can talk about that later if you like. But the most important thing to keep outside is that we are really unique because of our recommendation engine and because we are the ones focusing on an application model. Here you can see that Skin is not just a one-woman show. We are 4 very strong founders with different knowledges. So we have an expert for community, this is Björn. We have somebody, Martin, who was bootstrapping a company international. And we have a very strong advisory board because we think that sharing is caring. So currently we are on a fundraising round. It's a seed round with 2.5 million euros. And I'm looking forward to talk and discuss with you guys if you'd like to join our journey here with Skin. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Maria. Well done. Great ending it there too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, hard to believe, but we've got our lucky last founder coming up right now. Number 5 from the Google for Startups cohort. The next startup is in Proptech and is changing the workplaces of the future. District Tech is a workplace experience platform. Hi, Lee. Welcome. Workplace platform allowing communities to navigate the workplace and stay connected from anywhere. Lee Butz, who just joined us on screen, founder and CEO of this company, offices across Europe and the US, and already has some of the biggest property clients in the world. I'm stealing your thunder, Lee. I'm sorry. The mic is yours. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Erin, for your kind introduction. Just going to share my screen and tell you more about how we are helping our clients, especially now, get back to the office safely especially now in a post-COVID world. We're using our technology in very unique ways, and I'm very happy to tell you a little bit more about that today. So quick background on myself and my team. I used to build and run large co-working campuses. That's how I fell into Proptech, started District about 3.5 years ago. After setting up Interchange in London and before that Factory in Berlin. And I was also consulting some large real estate owners like the Crown Estate or OVG, who built the world's smartest building in Amsterdam. And that through my work, really, it became very clear that a product like District is needed to bring the benefits of co-working to large traditional landlords. And that's how we started 3.5 years ago. And now we're selling to both landlords and large companies with a more, hybrid platform. And my CTO is fantastic, Pete. He sold a smart city tech IoT company before joining Methods, where he was working with Justin for more than 5 years. And then both of them joined District to really build a world-class product for us. And so just a little bit of background. As you all know, we're in a really unique situation with commercial office space. District was working with landlords primarily, and now we've sort of pivoted to also sell to large companies. We were working with WPP before, so we're rolling out to 170,000 employees for WPP across all of their offices. And today, if you're a big company or landlord, you need to get used to the new normal, which is a combination of working in your offices or at home, and really managing that transition in a good way. So that's exactly what we support. We help our clients through our workplace experience platform that allows their communities to navigate the workplace and stay connected from anywhere, whether you're at home or in the office. And so this is what it looks like. On a high level, there's 4 core pillars of what we provide our clients to do. It's a pure SaaS tech platform, so we can launch any building, any office, in any location all around the world. And we're already live across the UK. We're based in London as our HQ. Across Europe, we're in Amsterdam, Madrid, the UK, and the US. And so on a high level, what does it do? It allows our clients, employees, to book spaces, events, shared services, anything that's available in their day-to-day work-life experience. It also allows our clients to then monetize on those shared spaces, services, or experiences if they so choose. It's optional, so they can turn that on or off. And of course, primarily because it's a community platform, it's all around communicating and collaborating and really understanding what is on offer and what I can do in terms of my day-to-day. Our clients can then manage, analyze, and iterate their services for their employees or their tenants, and having a real-time data platform of what's happening in your offices or your buildings is really key for the future of work. We have 2 types of products, the plug and play, which is district branded, and then we fully white label the platform for our clients in their own colors, fonts, and with their logos, of course. So in the last 9 months or 8 months since the first lockdown in Europe, we've been working really hard on some brilliant COVID features, which are now all live with our clients. So if you're interested, if you're working for a big company and you're interested in having a solution to help your employees get back to work safely, please do reach out to us. Through our platform, you can book into the office. You can have a capacity of how many people are allowed to be in your office at any point in time. You can use it to really support track and tracing, so allowing your employees to check their health status before coming back to the office, or even making that mandatory. Helping them with social distancing, so really, just booking a desk in the spaces that you're allowed to, and maybe finding less crowded areas to work in. And of course, full remote support, whether they're in the office or at home. And these are all the functionalities we had today. We started with community features. Having run co-working spaces, we really brought the sort of co-working experience to traditional landlords and big companies. And we also integrate with some building integrations as and when our clients want that, or any type of third-party software. We work with some of the biggest landlords globally, and now also big companies like Erin alluded to before. So we won a lot of global tenders. For example, Cushman & Wakefield, we're rolling out to 200 million square feet with them in the US. So it's 20 million square meters, a huge portfolio. The product has been built for portfolios from day one. With CEG, we just launched 19 buildings in London. With Merlin Properties, we did 27 buildings in Spain. And so as you can see, we're sort of expanding, not just working with landlords, but also big companies. So WPP and Investec are our biggest company clients to date. And we're looking for more, of course, especially now. We've changed our pricing to make it very scalable and very easy to sign up. Like I said before, we sign up commercial real estate enterprises, but also some property managers that we have as clients. And it's really about 4 key pillars of engagement or benefits to our clients, which is about engaging their community, having data around who's in their buildings and what they do, connecting anything that's available like amenities and services, the data insights I already mentioned, and ultimately driving either asset value for the landlord or productivity and company value for the enterprises. So these are some of our case studies. We've put 2 landlord clients and 2 company clients to show the sort of benefit and how it works with both types of clients. The product in itself is really flexible, so we can turn functionality on and off depending on the clients. Every building and every client is slightly different, so it's very flexible, very scalable. And we can launch an office in a matter of days on the plug and play and a matter of weeks on the fully branded platform. So maybe just quickly on this, like I said, Merlin Hub is in Spain, CG is in London. We're in 19 buildings with them. WPP is global. They're launching Hong Kong and Chicago next, so we're supporting them with their journey. And 91 is also all around London with about 26 buildings that we're live in. So these are all the buildings around the world. Like I mentioned before, we've already been pulled to go international, not because we chose to, but because of our clients. And we can launch any building completely remotely in the cloud at any point in time. And so I think I mentioned this before, it's very quick to sign up. We're working on some really cool features that are going to allow clients to sign up straight away on the website. And we're also fundraising right now, which is something that if any investors out there want to speak to me about, I have some contact details on my last page. And it's really affordable. It starts at £200 a month. For the full software suite of services you need to manage anything in your workplace or in your office building, and also allows you to support your employees, whether they're at home or in the office, in a hybrid way of working. And for the fully branded, it's a little bit more expensive. It starts at 10K per year, and that again covers all functionalities, all branding, and all the support that you get with a very dedicated customer support manager that would work with you directly. So this is what we do in a nutshell. I love that I did this exactly in 9 minutes. So reach out to me if you're interested in learning more about our community and smart building platform. It's perfect for COVID, perfect for really engaging your employees and focusing also on their well-being and mental health, and allowing them to come back to the office when they want to in a way that makes them feel safe and taken care of. And as you can see, my email is lee@district-tech.com. If anyone is interested in continuing the conversation, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Lee. Amazing. And that wraps it up.
That wraps it up.
The Google for Startups Power Hour, kicking off the startup stage at the incredible Project A conference. So I'm going to hand it over to Enrico.
Well, thanks, Erin. Thanks all the startups for presenting here. Unfortunately, we could not have you here in the room with us due to obvious reasons, but it was great to have you here in the studio with us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being part of this. Thanks for supporting Project A also on your end.
Thank you.
We'd love to have you again next year.
Looking forward to it.